You also need a chair to hold on to. Please make sure you use the chair without arms. That's important. Finally, you need a small pillow to put between your knees. If you don't have a pillow, no problem. You can use a rolled up towel.
Right. Here's what you need to begin. First of all, 1 hard-boiled egg. It should be freshly cooked and peeled. You also need a clean, empty milk carton or juice carton and 1 round chopstick. It works better if you use a round chopstick, not one with square edges. And finally, you'll need 2 rubber bands. Normal, medium-sized bands will work fine.
Okay, before you start, you need a sheet of colourful gift wrap paper. Make sure it's not too thin. You also need a round dish for drawing a circle on the paper. It should be about 10 centimetres across. In addition, you need a pair of scissors, a pencil, and a glue stick. Finally, you need some small, narrow slips of paper for the fortune inside the cookie. Small post-its work fine.
Okay, if you need to listen again, you can obviously just listen again. Sorry about my video stopping. It was a coronavirus message and it switched off my recording. So choose 2 demonstrations from the box below. You can add your own idea, then write 3 things you need for each demonstration on a separate piece of paper. So if you were showing how to make a cup of tea, make a greeting card, make a milkshake, make an omelette and wrap a gift, what 3 things do you need? So for example, how to make a cup of tea, you need hot water, a tea bag and a mug. Okay? Off you go. Do this now, please. And here was who was speaking these. Okay. So now working groups, you can't do this, but what you can do is practicing. Okay. So here you go, presenting the materials you need. Before you begin, so a frying pan, an egg. So somebody is going to make an omelette. Here's what you need to start. For this you should have. These are all ways of starting your presentation. Before you begin you need, here's what you need to start, and for this you should have da-da-da. Okay? Okay, so what are the instructions for Ben's demonstration? Number the pictures in order from 1 to 8, and then check to see if you are correct. Okay, so place the egg in the center of the carton, cut the egg in half with a sharp knife, lay the chopstick on the egg and press down, remove the rubber band and chopstick, fold the rectangle to make a V shape, boil and peel an egg, cut the milk carton into a rectangle and tie the rubber bands around both ends. Let's have a listen to Ben. And let's put the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, please.
Okay, here's how we do it. Boil the egg for 10 minutes and peel it completely. Use the scissors to cut one side of the milk carton into a rectangle that's 20 centimeters long and 8 centimeters wide. Make sure that the short side is not wider than 8 centimeters. Then, fold along the middle of the long side of the rectangle so it makes a V shape, like this. Put the peeled egg in the center of the carton, like this. After that, lay the chopstick on the top of the egg and press down gently. Be careful not to press down too hard or the egg will break. Now, use the rubber bands and tie each end of the chopstick and carton together to hold the egg inside. See? Are there any questions? Okay. Be sure to keep the rubber bands in place at least 10 minutes. Then, remove the chopstick and the rubber band. And this is what it looks like. Finally, cut the egg in half with a sharp knife. It's important to use a sharp knife. See? What a lovely yellow and white heart.
Okay. Here's the answers. Quickly, and you can go back. So we've got number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's how you should have it, which I'm sure you do. So now watch or listen again and correct the mistake on one audience member's notes. Okay? So important, remember, make sure short side is not wider than 10 centimeters or it won't work. Make sure egg is cold. Press chopstick gently or egg will break. Keep rubber bands wrapped in places for 5 to 7 minutes. Listen again and correct the mistakes on this one here.
Okay, here's how we do it. Boil the egg for 10 minutes and peel it completely. Use the scissors to cut one side of the milk carton into a rectangle that's 20 centimeters long and 8 centimeters wide. Make sure that the short side is not wider than 8 centimeters. Then, fold along the middle of the long side of the rectangle so it makes a V shape, like this. Put the peeled egg in the center of the carton, like this. After that, lay the chopstick on the top of the egg and press down gently. Be careful not to press down too hard or the egg will break. Now, use the rubber bands and tie each end of the chopstick and carton together to hold the egg inside. See? Are there any questions? Okay. Be sure to keep the rubber bands in place at least 10 minutes. Then, remove the chopstick and the rubber band. And this is what it looks like. Finally, cut the egg in half with a sharp knife. It's important to use a sharp knife. See? What a lovely yellow and white heart.
Okay, so you've got the different mistakes, quite simple. Keep rubber bands wrapped in place for at least 10 minutes, etc. But this is more important. Think of a snack or a drink you know how to make and write the instructions on a piece of paper. So, how to make a melted cheese sandwich. Slice the cheese, put butter on the bread, put the bread into the pan, Okay, so I know how to make a cup of tea. Okay, how do you make a cup of tea? 1, put the tea bag into the mug. 2, boil the water. 3, pour the boiling water into the mug. 4, add milk. 5, stir. 6, drink. Simple, okay? So please think of a snack or drink you know how to make, then write the instructions on a piece of paper, please. Okay, so here we are. You can't do this, guys. I know you can't, okay? Look, it's a conversation class during COVID-19. There's not much I can do. Okay, but when you're giving instructions, this is the excellent English you can use. So, okay, let's get started. Right, here's how to do it. First, slice the cheese. next put butter on the bread, or then put butter on the bread, or now put butter on the bread, after that put butter on the bread. They're all fine. Finally, turn the sandwich over. Make sure that you heat it until the cheese melts. It's important to slice the cheese thin. Be sure to put butter in the pan first, and don't forget to turn off the oven. There are only 2 more steps to go. There is the language for giving instructions. So now we're going to look at the materials for Emma's demonstration. What do you think she's demonstration? Can you guess from what her instructions are? It's very difficult to guess. Okay, so here's Emma's instructions. And it's gone and told you completely how to make a reusable storage container. And which things do you think she included in her outline on page 61, which is coming next? Okay, so check the topics she included in her, sorry, it's on a PowerPoint, there's not much I can do, okay? Okay, so let's have a listen to Emma's full presentation and check the notes that you added